Hi guys, I was asked if I could do or give you some recommendations on cheap liquid foundations and matte eyeshadows. So this is kind of a video response to that. Now I'm not a big foundation girl and I have normal to dry skin. I prefer light to medium coverage, and I'm very conscious on finding cruelty-free products. So I try my best to only buy cruelty-free products. My recommendations are therefore only for people who have the same needs in terms of foundation as I do. The first one is Rimmel. This is a BB cream, 9-in-1 skin perfecting super makeup in the color light. This one has an SPF of 25. I used it all through last summer and this summer, and this is almost gone now. So I really want another one, but Rimmel is not a cruelty-free brand anymore. I don't remember who they were bought up from, maybe L'Oreal, I can't remember. But I read somewhere that Rimmel isn't cruelty-free anymore, which is such a bummer for me because I love Rimmel. I love their lipsticks, their foundations, concealers, eyeshadows, mascaras, everything I love. And this was so easy to get on fieldunique.com. But I'm now on the hunt of finding a new BB cream that is good for summer. Next up, I have my all-time favorite foundation, which is the Bourjois Healthy Mix foundation in the color Light Vanilla. I think this is great. It is a glass bottle, so it's not travel friendly, but it has a pump, which is the most important thing for me when it comes to foundation packaging. The color is awesome. It's very buildable. It smells like a hint of fruit, and it lasts for a long time. It has no SPF, which I think it's good. I mean, if I want some SPF on my sunscreen on my face, I'll put it on underneath of this one. But I don't use sunscreen on my face every single day of the year because it'll make me break out. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to sit. Okay, sorry, I had to adjust my camera a little bit. Anyways, I do recommend this, but I just found out that Bourjois is not a cruelty-free brand either anymore. So I just don't know what to do. If you don't care about cruelty-free products or whatnot, this is a great foundation. I love this foundation, and I was planning to buy this for the rest of my life. That's how much I like it, but that's not going to happen anymore. And the last thing, which is also probably the most disappointing thing of all times, it's the fact that NYX is not cruelty-free anymore either. As far as I know, don't take what I'm saying for granted, but I've read that they were bought up from L'Oreal, so I could be wrong, but as long as I'm not sure, that's horrendous. But I do have these NYX HD foundations. One is in nude and the other one is in soft beige. So it is I think they're the two lightest colors that they have. I first got this one, which was too dark. Then I got this one, which is a hint too light, and I just mix them and they're perfect. So yeah, I pretty much just use these when I'm filming because these are the ones that are that gives the most coverage. And this is the one that I'm using like fall, winter, and spring pretty much, and then I use the BB cream in the summer. Now all of these foundations are rather cheap. I can't remember the exact price. I'll see if I can find it and write the price down below, but they're all pretty inexpensive. I would guess that this is like $6 or $7 per bottle. This is probably the most expensive, like 12 or something. And then the Rimmel one, I can't remember, probably like between 8 and 10, I'd guess. But they're all on the cheaper side. So, but I will use all of these up, but I will not repurchase them as long as I know that they're not cruelty free. So I'm on the hunt to find a new favorite foundation. If you have anything to recommend for light skin, for normal to dry skin, someone who wants light to medium coverage, and I prefer no SPF actually, please write it in the comments below. I would love to hear what you like. So that's that. Then on to cheap matte eyeshadows. I'll mention some that I think are good, not amazing, but good. And then I'll give you my absolute favorites. Okay. The first thing I want to mention are these, Coastal Scents 88 palettes. I'm not even sure if I have a real one. I got this from my sister a long time ago. But these have some great matte colors. They're not amazingly pigmented. They don't last for the longest time, but use a good primer and maybe a setting spray afterwards, and they'll work just fine. At least you've got a great range of colors to choose from. Also, I just want to mention the e.l.f. eyeshadows. Some of them are really great. I have a few. I'm not going to show you the ones that you can't get anymore. Something like this e.l.f. Quad in Brownstone has some really nice matte shadows. Like these two are really nice. So you can get some good matte e.l.f. eyeshadows, but they're really hit and misses. So you just have to, if you have a store nearby that sells e.l.f., I would recommend you to go in there, do some swatches before you buy them, and see which ones are actually good pigmented and not. Also, lately I have been loving these makeup store eyeshadows. These are rather more on the expensive side, but I just have to mention them because they are so beautiful. It looks like it's a cream eyeshadow, but it's not. It's just so soft and great to work with. These are actually more of a satin finish, but I have seen and swatched the matte eyeshadows of this makeup store micro shadows. So if you have makeup store nearby, go check it out and see if you like them, because they are really worth the money, and they're pretty big as well. I really want some matte eyeshadows from makeup store. Okay, so on to my top 3 favorite matte eyeshadows of all time. The first one is probably the cheapest one, and I'm not sure if you can get it in America, probably not, but for you European viewers, you probably know of the brand Isadora. And these eye focus eyeshadows that are singles, it's actually a very pretty packaging. These are great. It has the most softest feel to it, and it's very pigmented. This is like pretty much exactly like my skin color, so you can't really see, but they're so nice on the eyes. They're very blendable and they're very cheap. They're like maybe $5 or $6 a piece. Also, I totally forgot to bring the Jordana eyeshadow slash brow powders. I have one that I use for my brows, but I've been starting to use it as a blending color on my eyes, and it's really great for that. And they're all matte, so, and they're $2.99 I think, so those are super cheap, and I highly recommend those. Try those out. You can get them at cherryculture.com. Next up is, I just have to mention this Urban Decay Naked Basics palette. I know this is not cheap, but I mean, when we're talking about matte eyeshadows, I have to mention these, because these, what else do you need? This palette has one more satin finished eyeshadow, like a white, pearly white. It has a yellow, light yellow nude color, and more of a skin colored eyeshadow, a taupe, a brown, and a black. And these 5 eyeshadows are all matte, so it's only this one that has more of a satin finish. This has everything you need when it comes to matte eyeshadows if you want to go neutral, but they're more on the expensive side. Now, my all-time favorite eyeshadows, matte, metallic, shimmery, satin finished, whatever you want, my favorite eyeshadows are the ta-da-da-da Inglot. If you've watched my videos before, you could probably tell that these are my all-time favorite eyeshadows. Whatever finish you want, they've got it. Whatever color you want, they've got it. It's about $5 per eyeshadow. So for one palette, it's a little bit more expensive, but you can just buy singles, duos, whatever you want. So these are rather cheap and they're amazing. People who are, you know, who know what they're talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about, but makeup artists are saying that these are just as good, if not better, than MAC eyeshadows. So that tells you a little bit about the quality of these. I'll just swatch some of the matte eyeshadows that I have. There you go. There you go. These are just beautiful. I was barely touching into the pans, and this is what I have. They're just awesome. So yeah, you should check it out. Inglot is cruelty free as far as I know. Isadora is one of the few brands in Norway that you can get that are cruelty free. Gosh and Isadora are the only ones, and Viva La Diva, only ones that you can get in Norway, except from like H&M and yeah. So if you want to go into stores in Norway, if you're Norwegian, go check out these kinds of eyeshadows. If you're just trying out makeup and you don't want to use a lot of money, just buy something like this and give it a go. If you're looking for matte eyeshadows to have a range of neutral basics, then I would go for this one. If you want to have more colored eyeshadows, go for the Idiot palette. But if you want like quality above all quality, go for the Inglot palette. This, I mean, this will not let you down. So, okay, I think that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!